Hello viewers, and welcome to a bit of GT Sport. And I'm just going to have a race here today and see how I get on in the FIA round 2. Not very well, I might add. Never actually driven in the pit lane here either. It's something that's going to be a challenge. Once I figure it out, I'll have to do a test actually. Do we have enough time? Don't think we do, sadly, to get around. To see how I get on today in this race. I've not done hardly any practice for it. So, and I wasn't playing Panorama when it was on recently. So it's going to be quite a challenge for me to just get the car around. It's quite interesting. It's quite late braking from everybody. It shows how my braking is way off on that corner. Keeping it going, keeping it going. I'm not in the best shape tonight, but I'll keep it going and see if we can just... All I want to do today is just bring it home. Rather strangely, I've actually lost points that I scored the other day, it seems. So... Oh goodness me. Everyone likes a bit of bumper cars on the warm-up, don't they? Fun in the race, no doubt. I've gone with the soft tyres with a pit stop. Let's hope that happens in the race. It's very easy to put a wheel on the grass and make a mistake and do something like that. I was just getting to the old pit entry. And it would have been nice to have actually gone in there, but let's see how we get on then, and get some points on the board. I have actually lost points since the other day, strangely. Weird. So off we go then for qualifying. As we have a clearish track, we're just going to push quite hard on the outlap. And hello pavement. Okay, now we definitely have a clear track. This guy behind me closed up a lot on this lap, wasn't he? But I'm not that quick around this circuit, so I'm going to have to do my best. He should have given me a bit more space, really. Raving. Just want to put in a banker first. Just not make any mistakes, that's all. concentrating here. Just missed out there, didn't I? So, let's see where we end up then. Oh, we're dropping down the order. Damn it. Damn it, wheel spin. Hi, Big Mike. Oh, I'll have a look at the comments in just a moment. Quite a way off. Don't have time to change tyres. Well, dropping down the order. Bit of a shame, really. I know it's going to be close. Can't get that corner right. Just don't know how to do it, basically. Don't know how to do the corner. So I lose like a second there every lap, not knowing what to do. There's two corners I've really got to just sort of learn, but unfortunately not a lot of practice on this course, so not that quick. It's even worse this lap than the last two, so don't have time to actually, I don't think I actually have time to pit and get new tyres, but we'll try, viewers, we'll try and get new tyres. Let's see if we can have time, whether it lets us go across and get onto the final lap. Of course it won't, will it? Because we won't have time to do an outlap. Look how long a pit stop is, wow. I don't know if you have to fuel. Hi, Big Mike, out on the beer, no races, good man, good man. I'm just, I'm in 6th place. I won't improve on that, but I think that's a, you know, we just got to see how we get on tonight, really, and to see if we can hold 6th place. I think if I can finish the race where I start, normally when I'm in a good mindset, I always improve. It's very rare for me not to improve. I mean, earlier this week I had a bit of a bad day, but we all have them. And I think that if I can just maintain that position, then and just be consistent, that's pretty much all I can hope for, really. I think it's fair to say that somebody will crash, so I won't finish last. But too slow. What games am I looking forward to outside the racing genre? Hi, Andrew. At the moment, Metro Exodus looks good. I think Devil May Cry 5 looks pretty good. I think they're my next two on the radar that I've been looking at the moment. Yeah, I want to actually play some more games on the other channel, so I am getting organised with it. It always takes time to set everything up, basically. But those are probably two. Obviously, Resident Evil is pretty good, but you know, for me, I don't know. It's a little bit imprecise in the way you control the character. It can be quite frustrating to play as well. So. So let's see how we get on. So 2:04 was our best, sadly. Finishes in 8th place on the grid. It's not terrible. Seems like no one else is using a Corvette. Oh yes, one other person. Oh god, 10th. This is going bad. We're now in the danger zone, which is not where we wanted to be. But it's a shame because I know I have 2 seconds more pace on me, so 2:02 is not impossible for me, but just today my head's not in the right place, so I just need to get it round, think calm thoughts, and finish my Garibaldi. And we'll get somewhere. We'll get somewhere, guys. I'm going to retweet my stream. There we go then. Of course, I completely forgot. YouTube doesn't tell people on Twitter now that you're streaming. What a pain, and I haven't set it up. Oh well. So, viewers, looking forward to a race today. Where did I end up? 10th? Only just behind, look at that. 10th to 7th is pretty close, isn't it? Goodness me, it's all close, really. I think I could have pushed a bit harder. I could have got a 2:03, but I didn't have a 2:02 in me in that run. Not unless I learn the track properly, and I don't know the track properly. So you're going to see me trying to be careful today. If anything, I want to improve my sportsmanship rating rather than anything else. It's that music. All that music. Let's crack on then. That's the, I can't hear any of the music there, but back to how it should be. And on the grid tonight then, in 10th place. Goodness me, what a horrible place to be again. Anywhere but 10th. I find it's my sort of bogey position where you're just kind of in the middle of it all. I'm hoping that somebody crashes behind me and gives me a nice bit of breathing room so I can just relax and drive. That's my hope. I think I'm one of only 2 people in a Corvette. Clearly it wasn't the best car to go for tonight, but whatever. At least it goes fast down straights. Tyre wear will be an interesting factor, I think, here. And there I am. Hey, he's turned my wheel. Miles VG. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Daryl. I've got some other stuff going on in my life that's upset me the other day, and my head wasn't in the race. It still isn't really, to be honest. I'll be alright in a few days. I've just been let down by some people. But today I just want to chill out and just flash. It was delayed. I suppose I didn't know if people wanted to see more Ace Combat. That was the thing. It was like, oh, I'd like to do more of it, but I don't know if people want to see more. I didn't know if it was boring people. That was my only issue with Ace Combat, was am I boring people on the Team BVV channel? Because a lot of them just want racing all the time. So here we go then. Let's concentrate now, guys. I'll focus on the race and I'll catch up with the chat afterwards. I'm in 9th, so somebody's quit. Oh, no we won't. It started me right on a bend. Oh my god. Oh my god. It gave me control right when I was turning a corner. Oh well, this race is over then, isn't it? Car's damaged, tyres damaged. At least I don't have any bother now. I can just drive along. I mean, that was the worst place it gave me control. Right on the corner. Oh well. Yeah, thanks Big Mike. It literally gave me control, and of course you're going around the corner and you don't know where the throttle should be, so it's a bit of a problem. It's just a damage recovery race now, so it's not going well for me, is it, guys? Hello. How am I? I am driving and we have a chat spam. Oh well. Up to 13th, so if we work hard in the race we may be able to get ourselves up to 10th, and I think if I finish in 10th I've done a good job. What the hell happened there? Jeez. Okay, so I can't read the chat at the moment, guys, just focusing on the race. We are closing gradually on the people ahead. There's a long way to go yet, so just got to keep it together and try and avoid any instances. We're up to 10th now, people are pitting. Damn it. Tyres just going a little bit there, and I can feel the grip just going. And that lost me out on this battle. JG doesn't like this camera angle, obviously. It's actually the one Kazunori Yamuchi uses, so I guess if you don't like the guy who makes the game, then so be it. This guy's probably got new tyres. Got Corvette power, mate. I'm not letting you by. I'm in a race. I'm gonna hang in there with my worn tyres. Go on in. They have two worn. Go on. They're not good on that corner, it has to be said. Oh well, I was avoiding that guy. That guy gave me a little barge on the way through. I was actually moving to avoid him because he touched the back of me, and then it gave me a sports down rating, but there you go. Goodness me, it's hard to drive this car now. But there's no point pitting, is there? Because we'll just go to the back, so... This is like a Kimi Raikkonen at Nürburgring moment. Do you pit? Or do you just let your wheels fall off? And I think we're just going to go with the wheels falling off. And we'll just see if we can... I think if I finish in 9th with everything that's happened, I'll be quite pleased. He's barged him out of the way then. My tyres have completely gone. Completely. This guy's a bit of a crasher behind me. We'll see. Damn it. Damn it. Couldn't do it. Guy bashing into me just sort of threw me off a bit there. Ah well. I did my best. Did my best, you know. Let's just fix that. It's alright. There we go. Don't need that being spoken to that way on the channel. Speak normally if you're going to speak to people. Where's points anyway? So that was that race. What did we learn about that race? I think what we learned is that if we'd started in 10th and not had a bit of a basher behind us on that last couple of corners, we'd have done all right. We'd have done all right. You know, starting you on the corner was really like unbelievable. I've not actually had that happen before ever in a race, so that was one of those things, and I think it probably rated down gave me a bad sportsmanship rating after all that business, because I don't know why, but they always seem to give you bad sportsmanship ratings when your tyres are worn. I think that will have bummed it down again. But, no, it actually improved a bit from the other day. So we'll see. Rank isn't doing too good, is it? But hey, you know what? That wasn't a bad drive. We did a lot of overtakes. Let's just have a look at the manufacturer series. I don't even know what car and track it is. Oh right, okay. Our track I don't even know. Pointless entering that at all. We'll try Nations Cup again. I don't know if that was the best car for it or not. Really, other cars seem to be better on the twisty bits. Yeah, that's true, Oliver. I mean, the guy literally, I had no grip, and once he bashes you and you've got no grip, it just damages what's left of your tyres, and you know, up to then. And to be fair, I was taking it relatively slow to that point, just trying to keep it on the road. But I have to admit, it was a challenge. But I wouldn't mind trying that strategy again, but with being further up the grid, you know. I think other than that, no mandatory tyre stop. So yeah, you can pit if you want to, but obviously otherwise you're driving on tyres that are basically bald, basically. Let's see how long we got until entry period. We've got a few minutes. There's different cars involved and stuff like that. Let me no, so no required pit stops, and no need to refuel either, so everything's maximum fuel. Right, I'm going to enter this next one again in a moment. Bear with me, guys, I'll be straight back. Hello viewers, okay, back again. Thanks Matt. Well, it was bad luck in that first race, wasn't it? But I'm not disappointed with my performance. I overtook 13 cars, so that was something. I think that sort of helped the driver rating not deplete too much, even though I was in a lobby of comparably lower ranked drivers. Time is limited. Do I have enough time to practice? Let's just try a free practice in this car for a moment. I just want to see what it's like in terms of lap times and feeling. The Corvette is for the most part quite planted, but it does sort of move around a bit in some corners, and it's not as quick through the twisty bits as some of the other cars. I noticed that it's very quick down the straights, which is what helped me with overtakes, especially when my tyres went bad. Yeah, I think, I don't know if I was on the pace of the race, but I think I was. I think I was doing okay. You know, that's all good. And Gabrielle was asking earlier, am I playing on a big 4K TV? No, I'm playing on a really nice quality 1080p TV. So these are my TVs. They're all 1080p, and these are what were top of the range 1080p TVs back in 2013. Very expensive, and great 3D, great everything. And so you really could be mistaken for looking at them and thinking they were 4K. They're that good. Let's just try a different car then. Jets overhead. We've got a few minutes, so as long as I don't forget the clock. So I guess we want to try improve our lap times a bit. I don't have much time to really study the track or anything, but if we can just get up there, then it's qualifying, which is where the race is won, I feel. You know, it's all about the quali. I think that last race, I think it's fair to say I would have ended up maybe on the podium actually, with the way it was all going. I got that wrong. Different car, isn't it? You're driving it differently, but you're trying to get more out of it. So we really could do with a good result, couldn't we? Could do. Ninja, well done Ninja. Just seeing what this car is like for a moment. Obviously I've made a mistake. Feels quite comfortable to drive, actually. And I get the start for the lap one. Damn. Damn, damn, double damn. So, let's see if we can try and improve. So I doubt it this time. Point now, is there? Got that wrong. Okay, let's forget that, because I really don't want to mess my mind up where the Corvette is concerned, so I'm going to go back to the Corvette now. We'll stick with the Corvette. I think we'll try the same strategy again, and then we'll see what happens if we don't stop. No stops again. Let's just see what would happen if we did that same strategy further up the grid. Because I think, to be fair, had that guy not bashed into the back of me at the end and destroyed what was left of my tyres, I think I'd have made it comfortably across the line in 7th. So I think starting in 10th, moved up 13 spots before. If I can do that again, well, I'd be in a good place. But I think just getting into the top 5, top 4, top 3, I think is possible if we don't pit stop. It's just very hard on those last couple of laps where you're trying to save your tyres essentially, because the tyres are just shredded. But the pit stops are so long that you maintain a big advantage by. I have to admit, it was only really the last 2 laps where the tyres really fell apart, and you had to. Let's go in with the Corvette. I think actually I might be quicker with that RCF car, but it needs a pit stop for sure. And I haven't got a strategy. I've got done no practice. Top players are doing tons of laps. Tons of practice. I really don't have the time for it. I did consider getting into it a few weeks ago, and then I thought, no, I just don't want to get drawn. I want to stay playing this as a fun racing game rather than it becoming sort of serious esport type thing. But I have enjoyed it. Like you say, I just get a bit more focused. I mean, that last race, well, did all right, really. I was quite pleased about it. Didn't make any mistakes. And drove what was very challenging car to drive. And I'm going to do that again now. What am I doing? It's like driving masochism. Yeah, not many UK drivers in that last race. Let's see how we get on now. Of course, we've got our next race coming up, and yeah. Oh, I wonder. It went dark for a second there. I thought, oh, is it not working? Right, here we go. Of course, it's not come up on Twitter that I'm actually streaming, which is weird. And right, okay. See you then. Right, let's do a little practice. We've got 6 minutes to try and get in a better lap. In hindsight, something that may have been helpful in those last couple of laps is a little bit of traction control, just to help the car. But it's very difficult, you get used to feeling the wheels with a standard no traction, and then kind of messes with your senses, because then that brings in some understeer sometimes just when you don't need it. So that's where testing comes in. You can test all of that out. The thing you want. So second race, fast race. The race was okay, but the start was a bit of a disaster. 10th to last on the first corner. So, and then back to 10th again. I definitely think that longer races suit me. I think that it's amazing how inconsistent a lot of people are, and that really just helps with longer races, where even when you make a mistake or if something happens, So hey, I can still get something out of this. So I made a couple of mistakes on that last lap. Just still struggling with that hairpin, silly hairpin. Both the hairpins actually. Tried a different line there, didn't work for me. Improvement, but we're still not where we need to be in terms of lap time, are we? We really need to be in the 202s. Looking at my time there, not at the racetrack. Still, it shows the thing you want. You're absolutely right. It really is. It really does have a similar vibe to it. But for some reason, there's a couple of corners that I just haven't got my head around yet, and the track hasn't clicked with me. So it's very much I'm a thinking man driving rather than fluid sort of natural driving. There's none of that for me right now. I mean, the top guys are doing like 159s and 158s and 2 minutes a lap all the time consistently, and I don't know how they're doing it at all. I mean, I'm not saying I can't get a 202, but 201, 202 minute lap, I don't know how to do it. That's the problem. I just don't know how to do it. I've watched the odd track guide and I just think, oh, you know what? I swear I go through every corner in the right gear. You know, there's a couple of tweaks here and there, but finding 2, 3, 4 seconds. I mean, it's, I tried to get the power earlier then as well. Won't do that in a race. Oh, bloody hell. Anyway, matchmaking now, so there we go. Wish me luck, viewers. Off we go again. Where are we this time? 14th. So room of S and A's. So they've put me into a tougher room this time, which is a bit of a bummer. Actually, I would have liked to have been in an easier room. Really, you can tell by the points everybody scored that there's quite a few multi 1,000 plus point scorers, which means there's some solid drivers in here. Hi, Boise. Oh goodness. Well, we'll see how we get on. See how we get on. Is it? Does it really? Hashiria 32. Oh, brilliant. Get your name right first. And Mr. Tubster. Hi, Mark Tubster. Sorry. Goodness, what's going on with my eyes? My eyes. So it's been hard work. We got the podcast coming up again this week. We're going to put the call out for questions when the time comes on Twitter. Do keep an eye out on the Team VVV Twitter for that. I'm running the Corvette again, just because without stopping for tyres, it felt, I wouldn't say comfortable to drive, but drivable is a, you know. But the big problem for me in this car is definitely qualifying. I'm really struggling with qualifying. Oh, that's a nice looking car behind me. Hi JD Max, made it for race 2. Race 2 tonight, and race 1 was you guys can take a look at the stream later. Just look at the start and you'll see what happened. Okay, qualifying will begin shortly in this room. Okay, so let's see where we can end up. Okay, it's going to be tough. I think if I qualify 10th, I'll be happy. I'll be happy in 10th. Put me at the top there. Isn't that nice? And what's the point in trying to get past me on qualifying lap? I can never understand this. It's like, if you want a clear track ahead of you, just slow down a bit. What is the problem with people just giving each other a bit of space in qualifying? You don't need to go flat out, mate. What the hell? I can never understand that in qualifying. You've all got a space, just slow down a bit. We've got a crasher behind us in quali. It's like, oh. We've all got our space. I've got a nice space. You've got a nice space. He's giving himself no space. And there we are. Now we've all got good space, much better. look at this guy's speed. Unbelievable Mustang speed. And it's sent me off. Just following him sent me off. That's my qualifying ruined. It's one of those things really. I just it's terrible. It's just not happening for me, is it again? What am I going to be, like 15th on the grid if I'm lucky? Something's wrong with my brake bias there. It's really not working for me. Oh, this guy's going past me as well. What a disaster. Let him go. It's my lap time gone. And he's in the way as well. Brilliant. Oh, I should have pitted then. And I've destroyed my whole qualifying. Whole qualifying's over. Oh well. Where am I going to be, you reckon? 10th? No, I think I'll be like last. So... yeah, JD, it all depends on the lobby you're in, really. I mean, you know, if you're up against some guys, they just don't crash, and some guys do. And you know, if I was in a D or C lobby, you know, you'd be well ahead. Tyres are gone now anyway, so. Won't even get a proper lap in. We'll come to the end of the lap now, and then we'll just park it. And, oh dear. Oh dear. Who cares? Back of the grid, guys. Back of the grids. Hasn't happened for me again. If it's whether I can just exit this lobby entirely. Can I even do that? Just exit the lobby and call it a day? I don't know. It seems so pointless now, doesn't it? Sorry. Sorry. Well. He's on his out lap anyway, so it doesn't matter. Hi Jonathan. Things aren't better. They're not going to be better for some time. But I'm just trying to get a stream up so that the channel isn't completely empty. And when I'm better again, in a better place, then my races will improve. But right now, I'm just getting in here without any pounding around and let this guy past. Sorry about that, mate. Trouble with that corner, you'll notice I'm understeering into it every time. I don't know, I haven't looked at any track guides or anything in terms of braking with it, with this car in that corner. So 15th. And we're nearly lost. Oh well. And we're lost. We're lost. Oh well. I just, whatever. Haven't put the laps together. Haven't done the practice. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, just one of those things really. Quali didn't work out for me then. Guy got in the way on the one lap that my tyres were good. That cost me a second mucking around, and that unfortunately has placed me 15th. I then missed the pit stop. Of course, I completely forgot you've got to change your tyres before going out on that run at that moment, and so I didn't get a proper run. So 15th, which is actually better than the last race, where we essentially were 10 seconds behind last, or whatever we were when we crossed the first corner. Right, let's see. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll go with soft tyres. Why not? Why not? Let's just go with soft tyres. Let's try and keep it as racy as possible. And looking at the times weren't necessarily super duper quick. They're actually slower in this lobby than they were in the last one, which is interesting, so that's interesting. But I'm 15th, second to last. Oh dear, right. So I will stay calm, and I will just take it in my stride. At least on the bright side, I've got nobody behind me. GT Speed Damso is behind me. Let's see where we are. Oh, music. So where can we finish this race, guys? Well, what do you think? What do you think we can get from 15th on the grid in an A and S lobby? I think we can manage 9th, and at a push we might be able to do 7th. At a push. Let's see if we can manage the 7th place. Let's do this. Not stopping again. We're not going to stop. We're going to get in all these guys' way, and we're going to really annoy them by not getting out of their way. I don't care who you are. You'll have to overtake me. I mean, you will overtake me when you've got new tyres, because you'll be able to brake like 10 metres later than me. But let's see how we get on. I will say this: if I spin out and I damage my tyres, I'll definitely pit stop, because there's no, I've realised in this game if you damage your tyres and we're like sliding out, there's no point in trying to continue. You'll just lose like 30 seconds. You might as well just pit, and then you'll be much quicker. Dow reckons top 6. Well, I'll do my best, guys. So we want to go forward, don't we? We want to go forward. There I am, flashing there, flashing my lights, flashing to you guys. And we've got that nice Castrol paint job in the car behind us there. Love a bit of Castrol. Right, now we don't press accelerate when on a corner. There you go. That guy span out and did the same thing I did. You spin out every time there. It's 2 down. Dropping like flies. So closing up on these guys if we can. Very quick down the straight. Look at this guy behind me. You just need to be patient. Look, cars going off everywhere. GT speed is right behind me. We've come up from the back. He's got a very fast car in a straight line, I think. Into the wrong gear then. Bye, Tim. It seems tough to make any kind of ground in this lobby at the moment. I mean, we had that bit of action earlier, so nobody's making mistakes. Somehow we're in 9th. Don't know if somebody went off or something. If we can do a 206, I'll be happy. How's the tyres wearing there, just making a difference. Long way to go, halfway point, as it were, just over. How much speed he kept through that, that slow zone. Amazing, amazing. Barely overtook him. Love it. We're the only two people not to pit. That shows how far ahead the leader was. He's going to be gone. Do you know what? I am going to let this guy pass because I can tell he's lined up. No point holding myself up there. I could tell his tyres were just way beyond mine. go on. Tyres, tyres. So frustrating. I've got to go so slowly there now. Oh well. Got to hang in there, guys. Got to hang in there. At least we're in the thick of it. Nothing else. He's going to pit because he knows that these tyres are so difficult to drive on, but we're going to stay out there because we're just masochists. It's quite interesting. I've never had that before. I just sort of lost it a bit there. Just let him take me. Yeah, he's coming up against the same guy. Go on. This guy's super quick as well. I kind of want to let him by, really. Oh, my tyres are gone. Damn. It's giving me a penalty as well. Oh, damn, it's damaged the tyres terribly. Ah, it's all gone wrong. I'm tippy-toeing now. It's me trying to let somebody by, and I've now damaged my car, and more damaged my tyres at any rate. Oh, that's ruined the result. Ruined it. I wouldn't normally let people by, but the issue is that my tyres are so worn now, I can barely keep it on the road, so... Okay, let's just try and relax. One more lap to go. The tyres are completely gone. Got 4 seconds to the next car to keep it together. Seconds. Taking buckets of time out of me. He have enough power? I don't think he does. I'm going to have to block. Hey, you know, those last few corners were pretty stressful with no tyres, basically, but I think I positioned my car well. That last guy went in the barrier. Wasn't my fault. Wasn't my fault, Gov. Didn't touch him. But, that was concentration. 7th place. I think I predicted 7th, didn't I? I said 7th place. I think that's really good. From 15th to 7th. I think that's a solid race. Solid race at the end of the day. In an A and S lobby, I moved up 8 places. So that's not bad. So the qualifying just kind of, my qualifying is so rubbish that really I should be racing those top guys. But I'm so far down by the time there's a pit stop that they're actually coming out at the same time I'm coming around, you know. It's you're so far down. I wish I was better at qualifying. That's on this track. This particular track is I just don't there's always a bit of drama in the chat, isn't there, afterwards? Everybody's a bit unhappy and then people leave. But no, it was a good run, actually. Good run. And I think, you know, in terms of where we stand, that's not too bad. What do we got? Next race is at 7. So I'll just find out what I'm doing and then I'll be straight back, guys. 7th place, though, I will say, reasonably pleased with that. I think 15th to 7th. I think if we can qualify 7th, then we have a chance of definitely a podium or winning a race with that same strategy. I think what affected us in that race, you'll notice, was I was doing regular lap times, and then when people were coming out the pits, because I just wasn't ahead, I was constantly losing time and of course then that crash damaged my tyres, and that really disrupted those last sort of few laps. But I think there's definitely potential there. I just need to know where the qualifying pace is. That's the thing. It's a real pain to know where to use your grippy tyres and get the most out of it. It didn't help in qualifying on that run that somebody obviously overtook me on the qualifying lap and with their full Mustang power, and left me in that trouble. But I'll be straight back. Leaders, well, I mean, they were doing 202s. I mean, I probably wouldn't have been able to compete with 202s. I think 20 where I was actually in terms of lap times, but in terms of qualifying you need a 202 lap. I haven't got that in me, but if I can do a 203, which I think I do have, I mean actually if you add up all my sector times I've got a 202 in me, but not in terms of being able to put that together and understand where that time comes from at the moment. I mean, I watch the guys doing 159s, and sometimes I look at it and I think I'm replicating what they're doing, and I just haven't got it at all. But I'll be straight back, guys. Okay, guys, I'm going to have a little break in a moment, just to go and grab myself a bite to eat, actually, and let's just see. We'll have a look at what the Manufacturer Series track is like. I just want to see what the track is like to race. Not going to get anywhere, obviously. I missed the last race, and yeah, it's a bit of a shame, really, but because I was really looking forward to, I mean, that last race on Wednesday I'd practiced for and did have the lap times to do much better than I actually did in the end, but other things came up and it is what it is. So let's just have a look at this. Oh, I don't know this track very well, so let's just explore it. This is a track I think I drove when the game was first released. Oh yeah, see, I'd have no chance on a track like this because it's a backwards track, and I can't remember it well enough. It saved my life. Uphill, push McLaren. McLaren, of course, started their engine this week. Did anyone hear it on Twitter? Sounded good. It means learning this whole track, doesn't it, to try and get somewhere. No chance. Nice track though. I'd prefer it if it was the other way round though, because I think then it would come back to me in terms of my old memories. But as it happens, I can't remember hardly anything. And we'll leave it there because I haven't got time to learn that track right now. That's going to be quite a killer track for races. I think unless you know the track well, and all the top players know that track inside out. So that's right, boys. I mean, this year, you know, McLaren have really got to, I think, get their heads together again. It seems like they've sorted out a lot of problems internally this year, more than ever. Oh, that's nice. Bit of dodge. Not that it's good for anything, but a bit of dodge. Doesn't look great still. You know, it's a 90s car, but still looking good. Yeah, I think McLaren just need to get their act together in terms of their communication of their business. Clearly, something wasn't. Some people in there probably weren't doing what they should have been doing, and it meant that information was being communicated that wasn't correct. And so, let's hope that the bureaucracy internally has all been resolved, and they can sort it out. Let's just have a look at a different car. I saw somebody driving a BMW. Let's just try the BMW just to see where it is in terms of pace. For me, the big problem, as you've seen, is qualifying. I start the race and always overtake people, but I just can't get that one lap pace. What's also interesting is I often say the leaders aren't as quick quite often in the race as they are in qualifying. It's very strange, whereas for me, my qualifying pace is usually very similar to my actual race pace. Different on this track because of the fuel weight does make a big difference on your overall qualifying lap time. A couple of laps of this and then I'll be gone basically. Let's just see what this car is like. Well, to be fair, boys, see, I think McLaren. Ron wasn't going anywhere with McLaren. You got to remember, McLaren haven't won a world championship since 99? They haven't won a constructors championship since 99. Something like that. It's something like that. And it's not until you look at that record and you think, well, how many years is Ron going to stay there with them not? It's under his watch really that their dropping form started, and people like to blame Martin Whitmarsh and stuff like that, but there's a lot more to it than that. I quite like this car actually. Doesn't sound very good though. The engine sound on this car is horrible. Horrible sounding car. That's saying any WRC 8 news or update. We're going to talk all about that in the next podcast. So we'll put on Twitter in the coming days. We'll be recording our podcast on Tuesday, just so you guys are aware. And we'll be putting up a note of questions for the podcast. And we'll be talking a bit about WRC 8 and everything else going on in the world of racing in a frank manner. Nice and frank. Oh, I broke too early. I was looking at the wrong marker board then. It's not happening for me, is it? Not happening for me. Because I actually believe that if I could just get a decent qualifying position, I could actually do well. Just caught a flat through there. No, not flat through there. So we lost about half a second hitting the wall, and we're now, where are we, 206, so we'll aim for a 204. No, understeer through there, so we'll get a 206 again, no, a 205. Understeer badly through there. I have to admit, I do like it's understeery. I don't like understeery like that. I like a bit more pointy than understeery. It's not for me. This is where the Toyota works really well, and the McLaren is a bit unstable. Unfortunately, that's the problem with the McLaren. It's okay on some tracks, but not on really bumpy tracks. Oh, do I really? Oh, do you know what? You're quite right. We should put softer tyres on, see if we improve our lap times. Okay, that was something. Good spot. It's funny, isn't it? You always change to a new car. You've got to remember to change your tyres. Let's just try that again then, to be fair. Kip, well done. One just for Kip. Just for you, sir. That's cured the understeer. Well, not quite. Still quite a bit of understeer there, but we're just going to see if we can improve a bit here. Done that all wrong. Too much speed going in there. Tried to carry too much speed and got it all wrong. So that was like a second loss through there. Mustang is supposed to be awesome. Somebody did overtake me in a Mustang earlier because it's so powerful down these straights. You can overtake people nice and easily. Braking too late there, I've got to brake at a different time. And we set a new best lap time. That's very interesting. That's just very interesting, isn't it? So, and oh, we've had a donation as well, Formula 1 TG. Thank you very much, Formula 1 TG. Thank you very much. Let's just change here, and that comes up on the screen now there as well. And hold on, let's just exit. What do we want to do? We want to continue. No, we want to change our brake bias. I want to move it a bit more rear, and then we want to retry. So that's a bit of an improvement there, isn't it? The only reason why I haven't bought the Mustang is because I haven't got the money at the moment. I had to buy the Ferrari F50 for that race on Wednesday. I then didn't use the Ferrari F50 because I didn't have time to actually learn how to use it because it cost so much to buy. I now have no money to buy cars. So I'm not buying any cars now for as long as I can because I ain't got no money to buy cars. And yeah, let's see if we can improve a bit here with the old brake bias. I was trying something there by releasing the steering wheel and it didn't work. Wow, this car is going quicker for me, isn't it? Despite banging on walls and making mistakes, we're going faster. Wow, into 202s. Crazy, crazy. That would have put us in the top 3 positions. Oh, something happened there. Something unbalanced the car. That was quite interesting. What the hell happened there? It's hit a curb or a bump. Ooh, quite enjoying that though. We've definitely got more speed. But unfortunately, viewers, we're coming to the end of this particular stream now. So I hope you've enjoyed a bit of streaming today. I might come back and do the next race at either 8 or 9 o'clock. I might come back and do a race. Just try it in this car and see if I do any better, because it definitely feels better to me to drive than the Corvette did. This feels much better to me, surprisingly. A bit of BMW power even. There you have it. It just feels nice. It's quite loose. Much lighter than the Corvette. Listen, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and there might be more from me later tonight, but if not, there'll be more from me very soon. And don't forget to tune in to the podcast next week, and do like and subscribe and do all that stuff. And really appreciate the donation as well tonight, Formula 1 TG. Really appreciate that. Your name will be on there forever. Right, or at least for some time. But listen, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and there'll be more from me very soon.